Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
So now we've opened up the
2016 Waffle League.
Oh, nice.
Definitely should have gone in reverse order.
That's all right.
Four Waffle League.
Now this is one that I've had once or twice. I've had the Waffle League from maybe not that
No, not this year, but we've had it several for
vintage. Is the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
But definitely had that one a couple times. Not this past year because I missed the event, but the year before that when we were at Hector.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, the Belgian guy was there.
Yeah, the New Belgian guy was there, and he had a couple.
Oh,
bottles.
right.
Yeah. And he had a couple bottles of that, and he cracked open it, and we were just like, yes, pour that, go for it, pour that shit in here, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's great, good pour it, yeah.
That was awesome.
I don't know what you think, but I think something's fucked up with this. No,
it's oxidized.
It smells really. Mine smells really musty.
I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm still cleaning up the last one.
I mean, part of the thing with waffle is it's all pasteurized, so you're just going to get oxidation. You're not going to get continual flavor development.
Okay. All right, then that would explain it.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Phil said that they're going back to bottle finishing and not pasteurizing.
I did hear that from Lauren Salazar from one of the podcasts I listened to.
Awesome, I look forward to it because I've got one of those 2010s left.
You're going to stretch that bitch as far as it can go, right?
Oh, I already have.
Yeah.
Considering that my friends jumped on me and each picked one off of me, the case. But one of them arranged the tour, so we were literally on top of the giant towers and battling yellow jackets.
Really?
I was shocked they didn't have a tap up there because they had taps everywhere.
Right.
Like you go anywhere in New Belgium, there's a tap. You turn around, oh look, taps. Yeah, they're very courteous.
There weren't taps anywhere, but I know the Omegang brewery.
Oh yeah.
When I went up there, that was maybe one of my favorite brewery tours that I went on. Just going around there, the guys were really nice and they were really knowledgeable about what they were talking, what they were doing. Sometimes you get a tour guide that's just like, yep, I know the shtick. I don't really know a whole lot else, but
I memorized the script and I know nothing else.
Yeah.
It's, of course, from the gift shop or something.
Yeah. And the bartender that was serving the samples afterwards was really fantastic when I was up there.
I think Omegang has always done a good job with their tours. I went up there first time in 2000.
Okay.
Literally, it still smelled good.
Wow.
You guys know the
The
story behind
VOCs
that,
haven't off
right?
guessed yet.
A little bit, but go for it.
So it was started by the Feinbergs,
Right.
who ran Van Berg and DeWolf Importing Company. So
Okay.
they partnered with the group, the guys from Duvel, Morcat, over in Belgium, and said, hey, we want to expand the introductory market for Belgian beers in America. We think that'll be a great way of people coming in at a value price to get, start drinking the more expensive Belgians. So they bought in, they started Omegang. I think it worked out pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
As well for us as the beer drinking public, as well as the Feinbergs, who are wonderful people if you've ever met them.
No,
Those guys are awesome. But when we first started going up there in 2000, they were still there hanging out. It was before all the modifications.
Right.
It literally was just the Abbey-looking building. We went up there for our first anniversary, and I think when they first came out, you could get 3 750s of Omegang for $9.99.
Wow.
I wish that was
So
price.
my beer cellar started with Omegang, Abbey Ale, and a couple of Chimay beers.
The
Good
Abbey
choices.
Ale is a really good
Yeah.
beer.
Oh.
I like that.
Yeah, they added it.
They did some aging of ales down in Howe Caverns. So for
Okay.
years you used to be able to get
Yeah.
cases of Hennepin and Omegang.
That's
One
cool.
year they put some Ravos down there. But they would only sell it to people within New York State. So I was like the conduit of that beer throughout the country. It's pretty funny.
Hennepin's one that I've had several of, and you just
I
can't get behind it.
Yeah,
You
I'm
just can't do
not a big fan
Yeah.
of that either.
the one that
I like Rarevos.
I haven't had it.
I love the Three Philosophers is my jam.
Three Phil's is good.
Yep, they had
The cherry
one year
one
they
that I
did
brought back was
cave aged
great.
Three Philosophers.
Nice.
Yeah, which was really expensive.
Yeah.
That cherry one that I brought back from them was fantastic.
That was
Yeah, that was very good.
Zurich?
What?
Is that Zurich?
No, it wasn't Zurich.
I don't remember.
I don't remember the
name of it was.
And the more recent one they've done, the Lovely Dark and Deep, I really get on when I see that album. I can crush that one.
Yeah.
No matter what praise.
The Three Philosophers, the first batch of it, they actually mixed in a Belgian Creek tipper.
Nice.
Really?
I don't think they claimed it, but when they started putting it in production, they had to find a substitute for it.
So what are you thinking about this one?
I was the last one before.
Yeah.
I haven't even gotten back to a sip of it yet, to be honest. I was pouring and I need to rest the palate for a minute there. I needed a round off.
How about you, Mark? Why don't you pontificate a little bit?
I mean, the oxidation has not been terribly kind to it.
No.
Yeah.
That being said, I would still give it a pint.
Yeah, I'm in the same ballpark. Exact same thing. I think so. When I smelled it, I knew that it wasn't going to be, up to what I'm used to with that particular beer. But that's again the price you get for hanging on to it for a little bit.
Yeah, the smell still got a little bit of that tiredness going on, a little bit of rubbery, but yeah, it's not quite as pleasing as some of the other ones that we've had in the past from them. I like it. I would probably work my way through the bottle, the bottle,
Yeah.
just to enjoy it. And maybe I probably wouldn't be very fast working my way through it, but I could work my way through it. Be comfortable. I wouldn't feel bad about doing it.
I think you were on point, Brian, when you were like, poor Lafayette. Oh boy.
Well, it's again, it's a tough act to follow.
It certainly
That
is.
first Zeke was just like Andre the Giant.
That was
Yes.
insane. So I was saying before, if you wanted some similar flavors you're going to get overseas, like Jester King, the brewery. The Manny on Cuvita Young was pretty good too, but it's not quite as complex as what we're finding with the other beers. What are
Anything from Cricket Stave, you can actually bring yourself to spend the money on it.
Yeah, if you can spend $17 on a 16-ounce bottle and you can be okay with that, then it's probably good stuff. What other places have you found in the U.S. that are other than, of course, Cascade, which is probably the quintessential U.S. version of that, right?
Oh, I think Captain Lawrence does a really good job.
Yeah, Captain Lawrence has a good sour
Scott's always done a really good job with this stuff. And Lost Abbey's not bad. Brewery, certainly.
All right, Lost Abbey. That's another one that's.
Bring me scratching itch.
I think some of them can. I think you can find it sometimes. You find some of them fairly prevalent.
That's one
but
of
not a lot
those.
of Lost Abbeys are everywhere.
Right.
And it says Blend 3 2009 on it. So what is this thing we're pouring on now?
So it's from Jolly Pumpkin,
Yeah.
Oh wow.
and it's their brown ale. You'd never know it was a sour.
Ale brewed with cocoa, with cacao, and spices.
I just saw it and I grabbed it. And I said, "Yeah, let's see how it's doing."
7.5%.
I just got Brewing Water 5.4.
Oh, okay, there you go. Just happened. Yeah.
Told you.
Yeah, I got that a couple of days ago, and it's a piece of software that Mark and I use to calculate.
He's
Yeah.
messaging me about it on Tuesday. He's like, "Did you get it?" I'm like, "I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about."
We met the guy behind Brewing Water.
Martin Brewing.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
He seems to be great. Like
Yeah.
every time somebody posts something on a forum, he always like pops off, answers the question.
I want to know how he finds it, like how he knows that it happened. It's like he has like Uber Google fucking alerts every time someone says water chemistry somewhere.
He's like, yeah, his ears ring. He's like,
If you say water chemistry 3 times in a post, it just
it just pops up.
Like Beetlejuice.
And it's actually helpful. He's not just like spamming a link to Brewing Water, which is like 99% of the way he can answer the question. He can just go, hey, fucko, just go right here and buy this.
He always takes the time to directly answer that person's question.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
I do not brew really anything ever, so I don't really spend the time hunting down answers like on forums and things like that. But I can appreciate that when you get an expert that's going to answer your questions.
So, yeah, I mean, the only thing I will say is that I wish that it said on the site how much you had to donate in order to get a software, because I was like, okay, fuck, well, I'll donate $3, right? So I donated $3, and I waited 2 weeks, and I got nothing. And I'm like really confused, so I emailed him. He's like, well, you have to donate $10. I'm like, I will gladly do so. Just I needed to know that ahead of time.
You could have told me it's $35.
Whatever it is, I'm going to give it to you. But just shoot me an email and go, hey, give
Why
me a
don't
little
you
more.
tell me the movie you want to see?
Exactly, yes.
I also want to point out that I am not the one that brought it up this time.
Whoa, movie phone? Yeah, okay, there you go, yeah. Mark is usually our resident movie phone voice. I think half the time I ask him to test his microphone before we start, it's usually a movie phone thing. This is an interesting beer.
This is really good, honestly. I haven't had this one from Jolly Pumpkin. I've had La Roja, and I've had maybe one or two others.
I have a bottle of 2013 La Roja in my fridge right now.
Well, speaking of American sours,
You know?
Jolly Pumpkin's the deal.
I owe Jolly Pumpkin, my wife loving Philadelphia and drinking sour beer, because we were at Monk's Cafe and she ordered a Jolly Pumpkin thinking it was a pumpkin beer,
Oh, yeah.
and she got it. And I didn't know either. I didn't have a clue. And it was right around the first time we started this podcast, and it was sour. And she was like, "Oh, this is not a pumpkin beer, but it's amazing."
Yeah, these guys put shit for years for not brewing the pumpkin beer, and finally they caved. I brewed La Parcella,
Damn it.
which I think I have one or two more of from the only year I bought it, so I probably should have brought that one.
We should drink out of the podcast, and we should rim the glass, and then Mark will go into convulsions and start foaming in the mouth.
Not in my house.
Please don't. Even that ticks Don off. And you know Don.
Yeah.
That guy's as easy going as they come.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why don't you just put some brown sugar and cinnamon on the rim?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had plenty of Mark freak outfits over that.
No, you can't stop the public.
No,
No.
and you can't blame people for catering to it because it makes them money. So it's not like you get mad at anybody.
It is really good.
The spices in it is really delightful. I think it's
nicely spiced, but it really is just like super like smooth.
Yep.
Like the whole way through. Like there's no hard edges on this.
And again, in 2009, this would be way different beer.
I was going to ask that question
Yeah.
because this is it clearly has a level of oxidation to it where the spices have calmed down.
Everything's coming.
Yeah, the only part I don't like about it so much is the finish. It kind of like sits on my tongue a little bit, but you still get that hint of the spices, and it said cacao, right?
Yeah, there's cacao, cinnamon, sweet orange peel.
That's what the finish is for me, is the orange peel.
Yeah.
Right?
I think just after some of the really seed stuff that we had, and unfortunately the level we got lost in the middle there. But I think this is just a really nice, smooth kind of polisher to the end of it.
This is another one you could
I don't know.
I don't know if it's the end.
I think Brian's bag's still heavy.
Oh,
wait, you're showing me four?
We're not even fucking close, homie.
Too small stuff.
They're two small bottles.
But they're all way back on the.
Don't worry. You know, at the other end of this is some taco casserole, so we're gonna be okay.
Amazing.
You're welcome to stay for taco casserole.
I'm gonna make a
Oh yeah,
make it
I'm running on a half a piece of toast right now.
Oh God.
Half a piece of toast and 3 gallons of acetic acid.
Welcome to my life.
Just, I always find it interesting. Like luckily, it's obviously it says sour brown ale. The one we had before that, the Oud Bruin was was a sour brown ale. This one is also a sour brown ale. When I think brown ale, I mean whether you're thinking the American or the English variety, like why does that seem to be the base of so many sour beers?
Well, there's the
It's
Flemish
not-
bread.
Yeah, it's right. It's entirely different. So like that one, that is an Oud Bruin, which is a Flemish brown ale,
Okay.
which is big.
Number 42.
Right. In general, in
You've got
in
red
Flanders, you've got the red or you've got the brown.
Exactly.
The brown is 100% in stainless steel, whereas the red spends time in oak.
Is that the red or the white?
You got both kinds, country and western.
See, my wife keeps asking me why I don't brew sour beers, and Mark just basically expounded upon that. I've learned a lot in the last year and a half or close to 2 years, I guess, now brewing.
And you just learned something there.
Right. Well, that's the thing is I haven't delved into the level. Like I haven't spent like 60+ hours.
You mean you don't have a 15-gallon conical in the corner of your basement?
No, I don't. So that's why I haven't started doing it yet. But that's exactly right. I honestly never even considered that there was that fine of a point put on it. This is sour brown ale, sour brown ale. I just read the thing, and it's made sense to me. But when you explain it, it's fairly obvious to me. Now I know.
Yeah, and there's minor differences in the general base grist between the red and brown, but the main difference is that one is 100%. That one never touches oak, and the other one has to spend some time maturing in oak.
Generally, one's very popular in East Flanders and one's very popular in West Flanders. I couldn't tell you which one because
I believe the red is East Flanders and the brown is West, but I could have that backwards.
I'll buy into that.
That's an East Coast, West Coast thing.
Yeah.
We can understand that.
I feel like I'm more West Side versus East Side.
It's like the rivalry between Dusseldorf and Cologne. With the Kolsch and the alt beer.
That one I
that's on video, by the way, Brian.
I'm not familiar with that.
You may have been out of frame for the motion.
Oh, okay, yeah. Brian was pointing at his opinion for everyone who didn't know. He's good bathroom.
This one, the first couple of sips were really enjoyable to me. Now I'm kind of getting a little bit of an unpleasant sour.
Yeah. That's where I've kind of been at this whole time. Not that it's super unpleasant. For me, I think it's the orange peel. And I think as it warms up, the orange peel gets a little bit more violent.
That might be it. The first initial sip was so different from what we've had.
Yeah, definitely as it's breathed and warmed, the orange peel has become the dominant character, and the cinnamon. I never really got much cacao out of it.
I didn't either.
The cinnamon was definitely there.
It was an undertone to the cinnamon for me. I think it mellowed the cinnamon slightly.
The cacao?
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's just very, very strongly the orange peel.
Which to me is a shame because it's not really. It's not my favorite element of it. I kind of liked it as a little bit sour version of almost like a spiced, wintry kind of ale.
I would say that this one I would like to. I think we've missed this one. I think this one we need to drink this a little while ago.
Yeah, and it might have just been last year.
Right.
At this time. I don't know how long ago. I did not have any of the. I've never had the original version or the fresh version.
Fucking heard of the original one.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I've heard of Jolly Pumpkin, and that's about it.
Yeah, exactly. I know what that is. The number of beers that place makes is fucking astronomical.
Jolly Pumpkin.
Yeah, it's they like the guy has full blown ADD. They do the La Roja's a consistent one, but they do so many oh shit this one thing, that they're everywhere.
Well, I think that's
all that.
I think a lot of that has to do with going back to what we were talking about earlier, where some people will always blend to try and hit the same thing.
Right.
Where Jolly Pumpkin definitely very much embraces the
this
thing is delicious. What it is now, we're putting this out there. People need to drink it. This one particular barrel, whatever the hell the vessel it is,
drink this as we got it right now and enjoy it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, do you think,
maybe in 6 months at most, but but don't sit around on it. Don't be waiting for it for years. Drink it.
This thing is great. We need to share this with the public. We're not going to blend this away into something else. Let's get this out there so people can drink it.
Yeah, we were just saying that it seems like Jolly Pumpkin. I said the brewer has ADD because there's so many other than La Roja that there's so many one-off runs from them, and it probably comes back to that whole blending question where they're no, fuck, this is what we need to do right now. Forget what we did last time.
I think you're absolutely right. It's a blending of barrels and coming in with an idea and finding the right balance to fit that.
Well, I mean, they definitely do that, but at the same time, I think they're definitely this one thing, this is the thing, where you okay, we're gonna put this spice in there, or we're gonna put this fruit in there, and then we're gonna release it. We're not blending it with anything else.
Yeah. No, I think these guys have really done their own thing since the first day, and I think they've stuck to it, and they're one of my favorites. I haven't bought any new ones in a recent while because I'm spending money on other things. But I think
they're also hard to
like
come
ship
by
from
in the area.
really are they? Back then, the shelf was ripe with them.
Yeah, I've never seen a Jolly Pumpkin like around here.
Really?
Yeah. The only place I've gotten them is from the Brew Craft and Worth and Billy and Votary and Billy.
I've seen the occasional like couple of bottles in Dave's shop
Oh yeah.
in Belport, but aside from that, I've never like the first time I bought anything from Jolly Pumpkin was one of my trips out to Ohio, and I was in a bottle shop out that way, and where they have like all kinds of shit that we can't get here.
Usually when that happens, it's one of two things. Either they're able to sell more close to home, which is always a good thing, or they had a bad problem with distributing, which unfortunately has ruined a lot of breweries fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So you kind of mentioned you mentioned you've been spending money on other things.
Yeah.
Is there any bottles that year after year you kind of go, hey, I like that one, and I know that if I sit on it a year or two, I'm going to get something that I enjoy again? Or are you still in let me collect, let me just find something I haven't had yet and keep going with new stuff every time?
Yeah, that's a great question. I have a half a hoarders membership, so that's where most of my beer budget goes.
A what?
It's a brewery.
Hoarders.
The brewery orders.
I've never heard of
special
that
shit
before.
that you just can't get.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's crazy. You
Okay.
get an email once a month, and you think you're on budget, and you get that, and you go,
Oh,
crap.
There goes all that extra.
Yes, I will have some PB on Thursdays.
Yeah. Sundays.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hoping there's some of those in the box that just arrived. I didn't even open it up. I didn't want to be tempted to throw my lineup off today.
Yeah,
So
that's
is there
crazy
anything
thing.
that you necessarily say, like, I know you mentioned you started with, like, Chimay Blue.
Yeah.
Like, do you, like, that's a fairly consistent product. Like,
Yeah.
do you know, like, hey, if I get this and I sit on it for 6 months, like, I know I'm going to get a fairly continue to get a consistent product that I'm enjoyable.
I generally buy some Bigfoots just for nostalgic value.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
But really, other than what I get, and I generally get 4 to 6 cases a month from the West Coast.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not. I only get into trouble when I go to distributors.
Okay.
So I tend to go into distributors with blinders on now instead of
Like-
give me the shopping cart and the forklift.
Yeah, no. Just stick with the list and they'll pick up the list.
Yeah.
You don't want to buy a pickup truck just in case. Like.
My Subaru has come back on more than one occasion from out of state, literally stacked to the roof.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's bad. We go golfing at Hershey, and I'm like, "Who's got room?" They were at Shangy's.
I'm gonna have to go on one of those golfing trips with you. I feel like.
You gotta look at Shangy's because
I need someone to take my clubs. I need more room there.
Right.
Shangy's doesn't have shopping carts. They have hand carts.
Oh my
You gotta buy
god.
by the case.
Jesus.
And
But they give you a hand truck? Like, that's
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
awesome.
so
I just need
literally,
to give Brian a pallet jack.
it took like three visits before I realized that they just want you to come in with a list. They don't want you to actually disturb their pyramids. It's like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark when
Yeah.
they just bought. They have cases like that,
Okay.
but they don't like you pulling things off of their pyramids. If you
Yeah.
if you're gonna buy like 15 cases, just give them a list and they'll just pull it out to your car for you.
Yeah, they'll just wrap it up on a pallet and bring it out to your truck.
Note to you guys: if you ever go out to Shangy's and you need a lot of stuff, just give them the list and they'll just haul it right out for you.
Next year we're going to Hershey Park.
Well, you guys went to Sesame Place.
Yeah.
Have to upgrade to Sesame Hershey.
I don't know,
Maybe
yeah.
we'll move it there or something.
Yeah, I know. We will. I don't know if the kids are quite ready for Hershey.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably closer to Philly than Hershey. But it's on the way.
Oh yeah. Okay.
We went, and I'm like, all right, everybody needs to buy a case of Oberon because I'm not sharing.
Yeah.
So this was years ago, and nobody knew what the heck Oberon was. And like on the third day of golf, people were like, "Are you going to go there?" I'm like, "No, I told you all when we were at Shangy's to get your own case. I bought 3 tough noogies."
Get your own stash.
This is my that probably would be the only time I drank while playing golf. This is someone's like, "Hey, would you like some Chimay?" Yes, I'll get tanked by the third hole.
Oh yeah, no, we did have
Yeah.
we had beer tastings on the golf course. I had beer tasting in the syrup out in Montauk one year.
Oh my god, Jesus! That might be the only way you can get me to go to the beach.
Hey.
too concerned with getting fucking harpooned by accident.
I kicked myself in the ass because I literally left behind a bottle of autographed Brew Roots 1 from Brewer.
Where, in Montauk?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no.
Somebody was like, oh, is this ship in a bottle?
Yeah, it's brewery's first batch, autographed by the owners of brewery, and I left it out in Montauk because I don't. It's empty. What the hell do I care?
I don't know. He slipped the mortgage payment
Well,
out there.
this
Don't worry
was-
about that.
Back before brewery became
Yeah.
what brewery is.
Yeah.
Hindsight is always 20/20.
Yes, exactly.
I think
Long
the
before the time of those.
I think brewery was probably one of the first beers that I grabbed as far as like a odd, but like a crazy bottle, like something like, oh man, I want to try something really off the wall. I'd probably just share with you two guys.
Yeah.
At either a birthday party or a barbecue
Some
or
holiday,
something, or a holiday. And I just, from the first one that I grabbed, I think it was probably the autumn one, whatever, like the
the
fall
autumn ale,
Yeah,
whatever it is,
and
yeah. That's
just fell
a
in
good
love,
beer.
just fell in love with that brewery, with them and like what they do. I'm just like, fantastic. I don't care that it's a little more expensive. I'm like, it's worth it, man. It's so good.
Mine was the cranberry Rodenbach. We had it in my fire in my backyard.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, $32 for this bottle of beer.
Yeah, I remember you're like, we need to drink this and enjoy it. It better be fucking good.
If you don't like it, don't say it out loud because I'll beat you to death with the bottle. But it was fantastic.
Oh man. Whew. Where are we at? What are we up to now? What's going on? Are we up to the next bottle?
Well, we never rated the.
Did we rate the
Mercado
Lafayette?
Especial.
Lafayette sucked.
We rated Lafayette.
Okay. I don't think I rated the Lafayette, but
Yeah, you did.
I'll go with the special brown. For me, I'm gonna go with a pint just because by the end of it was, we kind of talked about it a little bit, Brian, while you were using the restroom. That as it warmed up, that orange peel kind of showed up a little bit more. Became a little less pleasing as it went. So for me, it's a pint. I like the change of pace from the other stuff that we've been drinking today, but that one is going to stop at a pint.
I'm also just going to back it with a pint. I agree with everything you said.
Yeah, if there's one beer that we've had that I would have preferred to have opened probably 2 years earlier, it would have been that one.
Yeah.
It's just lost a lot of it.
I'm going to cap that one at just the taster for me, just because orange is not my
No,
thing.
it was very, very prevalent, especially the pithy orange. That was very,
Yeah, and especially as it warmed up, like it just came more.
Isn't it interesting what stays behind?
Yeah, it's. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it much more initially, and then as the orange peel became more.
Oh, you're good, you're good.
You kept the glasses at
Yeah,
least.
it's not going to
Okay, you can open that away from my computer. It's moving very rapidly now. Okay, I just want to double check. My whole life sitting in front of me, I should really get another one for this.
Or at least a drop block.
Yes, I should get something to block this.
Just wrap it in some saran wrap.
Any of my clients are listening, and don't worry about it. We're backed up.
Do they make like furniture covers like the Italians use for laptops?
I don't know. I should look into that.
Just get a plastic bag. Just get a plastic bag and just pull it over.
happen. Vacuum sealer.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
vacuum seal.
Like, not very. He
Wouldn't overheat at all.
We're back to the aroma of Don Garlitz doing a burnout in the mash.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These are my favorites. I remember it again. Going back to the Schnook competition at the Brewers Collective. When this is my first introduction to Brian passing around bottles.
nice color.
And you like ran over to me, you're like, smell it, it's burnt tire. I'm like, no, okay, holy fuck, it's burnt tire. Like, I was like, holy shit, this is like what I've been reading about.
Yeah, this really is that burnt tire
Yep.
smell to it. Another nice color here. It's kind of got that almost it doesn't have apricot in it, but I would call it an apricot color.
I think this is the only beers I brought.
Yeah, this is a New England IPA looking thing.
Yeah.
But not
A
that.
lot of tight, really small bubbles in there.
Oh yeah,
It's,
that's
Bone Vat 109. So whenever they come across a vat that's really, really like got everything they want, they'll just bottle that up.
oh, so it's just a single batch. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had this in the 79. I don't remember much about the 79.
That's how good it was. You just drank it along.
Well, it was an Amsterdam at the time.
This one, much more than the other one, the burnt tire comes across in the flavor.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
The last one that I burned a tire on the aroma, the one that I think was the second bottle we had. This one, the flavor comes over much more, it's not unpleasant. It's definitely different. It's something I think you have to sort of learn to love, kind of like me.
Yeah.
But level of complexity is like a lot out of time.
Yeah, it is a very complex beer, and that burnt, that overheated engine, burnt.
Fried motor. Yeah.
Fried motor,
Hamster in the vacuum.
strip belt sort of thing, just kind of like lingers on the palate.
Yeah, but I like it. It's fucked up, right? All those things are the shittiest thing you can think of. Like, it sounds like you left the hot dog on it's one of the hot dogs you put on the barbecue and just fucking left it there. And you're like, oh shit, I forgot about that one. But it tastes awful.
So during my transition of wanting to like sours, yet like still not being able to hold my nose and drink it, I went to a place called the Wagstock in Antwerp. Ordered up a Hansen Creek. Guy comes out with the apron, the handlebar mustache, the wicker basket. I'm like, yeah, why don't we drink it? Oh my god, it was total Don Garlitz. I could not get like half of a glass down my. I literally waited till the guy disappeared and left. I was completely embarrassed. This day, I wish I could go back and drink that bottle because I'd be able to appreciate it way more. But it just goes to show you that just because you want to like something doesn't mean you can. That's how challenging sours could be.
The range that we've had is insane.
I think for me, this one, the tire is a little overwhelming for me.
I can understand that. Yeah.
I enjoyed it the last one that we had. This time, as it kind of lingers on the back of your tongue, it's not as pleasing to me as the last one that we had.
There's no fruit in this one to balance that tire part.
Yeah.
And the tire will die off over time. This one's pretty fresh. This is only a year or two old.
Okay.
I know I brought back 209s and 279s.
Okay.
Can you talk about the difference between or what is a goose?
Well,
A goose is a blend of 1, 2, and 3-year-old lambic.
Okay, right. That's what I was going to say.
All right. Got the recall there.
who needs me?
A goose versus a lambic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's where I was going with that. So, I mean, obviously, the lambic is what you're going to produce a goose from. But in this particular case, you're actually getting one vat versus
Yes.
a blend.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the really cool frosted bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I don't think I've ever seen a.
I didn't
frosted grain glass.
realize that it was frosted. Honestly, I thought it was just condensation.
No, that's pretty badass.
Yeah.
I like how on the back it says "Don't store on its side." Like it has a picture of a beer on its side and a big extra. No, like
For years,
this
back
will
when I
fucking
first-
explode in your refrigerator.
For years, when I first started aging, there was
Well, I
a
mean,
big
aside from
debate
that,
about aging things on its side or aging things upright, and it was simply summarized by one person who said, "Do you think the brewer wanted cork in his beer?
right?
If he did, he'd have told you to put it on its side. If you don't like cork in your beer, stand it up." And I think a lot of that came from back when I first started aging was cork sucked.
Right.
They literally, like even Russian River, their first couple of years, the corks just sucked, and you'd open things up and you'd totally flat. So
Well, that was the whole thing with the wine and champagne, right? You keep it over to keep it moist, so that
Right.
it stays expanded.
with today's modern corks, you don't do that.
I mean, with the synthetic stuff that places use,
Mm-hmm.
and now what I see over there is definitely synthetic one, but it's not gonna. You don't need to keep it moist.
And even for the size of this bottle weighs as much as a lot of the 750 bottles.
Yeah,
Like if you hit someone with this bottle, you would fuck them up.
It's
Yeah,
got to have-
It's heavy glass. Yeah.
This is the bottle that you get in the bar fight.
Yeah,
This is the one you want.
that's the one I defend the other bottle with.
Yeah,
choice.
I like that. That's good. That has.
Yeah, this is like a 2-pound glass bottle.
That's substantial. We have the right number of people for that bottle too.
Exactly.
We don't. 4 people for that bottle is the ideal number.
I originally did want to focus on smaller bottles, but that didn't happen. Sorry.
Don't be.
I'm not.
It's not a big deal.
I'm not sorry.
There's not a single ounce of beer that is any of these bottles that is not going to get consumed.
Oh, I know. I had no doubt. Fortunately, I left the backpack at home just for the
If you walked in with both of those, I'm pretty sure it would have been like,
We're only recording one, and that's it. We're dead. As it is.
Yeah.
The second one.
It's like, all right, Justin.
And that's why because he told me you guys were recording 3, so I specifically didn't.
I'm gonna pass this over to that.
And it
Mark, did you already get this?
When it dawned on
I
me,
did,
it's
no,
much
but
slower.
Okay,
still
yeah, I'm
working
still
on
working.
oh, nice.
So I got a long night ahead of me too.
Yes.
This is the Abbé de Saint Bon Chien.
Yeah. So
Beer
don't,
de Garde.
don't ask me anything
I
about
can see
one.
that. Beer de Garde. Okay, I'm good with that. That's the spring sour, right? That's the.
This one came from Paris 2 months ago.
I was going to say, you did this in the last trip.
Yeah.
Sauvage de
that you-
Beer Moret en Paris.
You randomly went to Paris and it just happened to be Paris Beer Week.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I
Wife wasn't
speak
pleased, but you know, I minimized my beer activities.
Like, and I know when you say minimized, it was still probably 3 times more than what most other people would have done.
As much as was necessary. to
What was
make
really
that.
funny is the
Yeah.
Dude Seal guys were over there. And I haven't seen them since I was up in Montreal in 2006. Except for when they did come down to Blind Tiger. This is hilarious. They had a night at Blind Tiger, and I think it was one of the first nights that they had numbered the taps because nobody could pronounce some old French.
There you go.
And
That's a good
I was in the city that night for,
Give me the
that
three.
night for a business meeting, so I was wearing a suit. And I met him at the door. I was like, oh, you know. And they're like, oh, do you own this place? I'm like, I wish.
Yeah.
If I did, I couldn't make a profit because I would just give all my beer to my friends.
And then I related the story that I was up in 2006 and I met them. And that was great because I brought him up a bunch of heavyweight and Southamptons, which back in the
Well,
day.
back in the day, Southampton was the shit.
And he basically turned to the barmaid and said in Quebec, oh, this guy's money's no good here tonight.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure I got the better of that deal because I was there for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
I was there past when the subways shut down. That was a good time.
The nose on this is.
Yeah, Mark and I are still
Yeah.
working on the last.
I'm
one.
going to stop you because we never gave our ratings for the Goose Boon.
Which one was that? I'm just kidding.
The little tiny
Yeah,
bit.
the little, I know, I'm kidding.
The weapon.
Yeah,
The blunt instrument.
So Justin, why don't you start us with a rating on that one before we
It was
get
Captain Mustard in the parlor beer ball.
with the goose.
I want to hit you so hard with that for calling it Captain Mustard right now.
Yeah,
I was
100%
really
Captain Mustard.
so fucking hard right now.
Yeah, that was it. I was going to let it slide for the record.
No,
I knew Kevin
no
would.
chance.
I knew that Kevin couldn't let it go. You know, Captain
All right.
fucking
Martin
Mustard.
Mall, even though he's not dead, is rolling over in his grave right now for you calling him
Captain Mustard. I feel a text coming from Greg right now.
The fury is so strong right now.
I think that was my fault.
No, it's fucking Captain Mustard bullshit. Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh.
All right,
Jerry.
You were broken there for a second. I was trying to get a picture of you. Fixed yourself.
All right, Justin, give us a rating on that one.
That is going to be a pint for me. And again, I want to drink it again. That's definitely not something that you're going to drink. You know, all of these bring out the savage flaw in our rating system.
Sorry about that.
Don't be.
No.
This is
great.
the purpose of our rating system is for it to be a joke. But it's insane. It's so good and unique. But you're not drinking more than a pint of that in the sitting. If you are, like, I don't know, you get some fucking deep problems. I'm gonna tell you.
Or you're in Belgium and it happened to be on tap, and it's not going to happen again.
Right. Oh yeah. That would be in that case, you're like, I have to get up as much of this as I can. That's an Oreo Sunday.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, Justin. It's definitely a pint. It's very much a thinker, and I do enjoy it. But I don't think I'd go back for a second glass after finishing the first.
Yeah, it's definitely not a mass market. Yeah. I guess that's why it's in a 370.
Yeah.
I'll stick with the pint as well. Like it's too good to call a taster, but for me, it's actually pretty close to that. In that I really don't want to go. Well, I don't want more. That's always my thing. Like how many times more do I want to go back to drinking that? I'm really happy to experience it, but I'm just not. I'm not reaching for that bottle to go back to drinking. I'm reaching for that bottle to Club Mark for the Captain Mustard.
But if you had to drink another pint to empty it to hit him with it, I'm pretty sure you would.
I am a team player.
this next one is, I can't wait till everyone else pours this, because the nose on this is pretty crazy. I think this, to me, this is a blend of the... I can't remember what the fuck one was acidic that Mark loved, but it's a blend between that one. Yes. And the and another one of the earlier ones that had a little more Brett character. I think it's got a really nice combination of the two. It blends the essence of funk pretty well.
I would agree. It's very balanced.
Yeah, it's also, and again, I don't know what year is this one.
2015.
Okay, so it's not that old, but still probably, I would imagine, a little bit darker than it was back in the day.
So you said you got this one in France?
Yeah, a beer shop called Super Beers.
Okay.
I walked in.
It's
and
super,
it was
very French.
the only day that it was like humid as heck and raining. And I walk in and I just start, I had a duffel bag and a backpack, and I just start pulling stuff out and throwing it on the shelf. And they're like, all right, what are you getting at? I'm like, trade. And with that, like, they sprang into action and just started grabbing, like, all sorts of crazy stuff in the cellar. And,
Nice.
yeah, it was very cool.
The thing that makes me really entertained by this is I'm reading the label and it's got a red box on it. And even though I don't understand French, I can understand that it's celebrating the fact that it says it's one of the best beers in the world by the New York Times.
No, New York Times is a very good beer source.
Right, but I think it's really funny that we're here. We're going, like, look at the red box there. That it's it's the best beers. I know Monde is the world,
Yeah.
and I got that from I learned that from the what's the one in Quebec, La Fin de Moon.
Yeah.
The Unibrew. Yeah. Which, as I mentioned a couple times, they do a lot of the brewing for Trader Joe's.
Yep, they were.
Which why I always go for those bottles for Trader Joe's because they're so cheap. I'm like, yeah. $8 for one of these, absolutely.
Yeah, Unibrew was another early on beer seller in this day. Yeah.
But I think it's hysterical that it's from Paris, but it's celebrating New York Times review.
This is another one where the acidity is just so aggressive that I love it.
I know. I knew that's where you're going to go. But there is some farmhouse character to sort of give a little balance to it.
It does have that in the background, but it's definitely very strongly up front. Like,
well, the nose is very farmhouse.
This one's even far more acidic rather than the other ones.
Yeah, this is very strongly acidic, but yeah, I still, I really like this a lot.
Yeah, don't tell my wife about this one. this is right for alley.
But definitely
this is
the
just
only
apple
one
cider
of
vinegar.
these that I had.
This is just vinegar. This isn't beer. This is just vinegar. You're lying.
No, this is less vinegar than the Corvette at the Breweries Collective.
Fuck, I forgot.
No, you had
Corvette.
Yeah.
Yes, I did have that. That actually was balsamic vinegar.
We'll drink it tomorrow, but I have the unblended. I have a bottle of the unblended that Tim gave me when we were brewing the chop beer.
Yeah.
And if that was the shit what we had there, it was amazing. And he hands me a bottle. He goes, "Look, I can't promise anything. Half of these bottles have been good, and the other half have been god awful." So we'll open it tomorrow. I meant to bring it today. Son of a bitch.
No, this one is. This one tastes like that.
Yeah, that Corvette is amazing. I love that beer.
Well, it's what was it, the meeting after the John Palmer thing?
Yeah.
Like, Jason like gave me this glass with this black beer, and I'm like, "What's that?" He was like, "That's the sour you guys like." I'm like, "Oh, really? I didn't know you still had it. It's not on the board." He's like, "Yeah, there's only like a few pints left." Yes.
Yeah. Well, I when I ordered it as the artist formerly known as Charles Brown.
Yeah,
That was the original variant. That was what they named it originally. We had it when we interviewed them before they opened.
Yeah.
They gave us some off the barrel, and from what Tim told us that had happened several other times. So they had to blend it, but it came out amazing. It was a long project. I think they did a great job in putting something together that was incredibly complex. They have 4 barrels right there. When Brian, I was there, brewing the chop beer with Brian and Greg and Don. That one barrel was going off.
Yeah.
Like the Star Sand.
Did they have like a blow-up tube in the
fucking
barrel?
boiling. It was boiling.
It was explosive.
I was just going insane. It was like Zoidberg in a hurricane. It was fucking I walked over. I was like, "What is in there?" And he goes, "It's alive."
Yeah.
And I was there when he was filling that thing up a couple weeks earlier.
Oh yeah.
Because I thought that the beer judge class was there.
Oh.
So I stopped.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that you came in. Yeah.
Wearing a barrage shirt at barrage.
Right.
Hilarious.
It's not like wearing the T-shirt of the band that you're going to see.
Yes.
But it wasn't intentional. I thought it was a
He thought he was going to Brewers play.
So it's ironically appropriate.
Okay.
On a related funny story, Justin and I, apparently the tradition now is that Justin and I go drink at Spider Bite on the Friday of Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
And yesterday while we were there, Larry was talking about how he brought a growler over to Steve at Barrage,
Right.
and he wrote barrier on it.
Yeah, I was amused by that. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought that was pretty great.
We're practical jokes usually are.
Yeah.
Speaking of Larry, did we ever give him his award?
Fuck no.
I gave it to you. I thought you.
It's only
give it to
a
me?
year.
Yeah,
late.
you took it from me.
Oh yeah, that shit's gone now.
Yeah. Did you get rid
I'll
of it?
print-
And use it
I
as
have
some other kind of a...
I have the Illustrator file since I made it. I'll print more.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is our 2-year anniversary, and we still haven't given Larry his 1-year anniversary award for having Beer of the Year for 2017, 16.
16, 17. No.
No, 17, 18.
Yeah, 16, 17.
No, 16, 17.
16, 17. I was right.
Okay. Sure.
Right, because we started in August of 16. August,
Right.
August or September.
Right, we
16.
released the first episode while I was in Philadelphia, and I fucked it up. I remember now.
Right.
Yes. I did not set the permission to the public.
Greg wasn't listening at that point, though. So
No, I couldn't get a random Facebook message from Greg as I do pretty much every Thursday morning, sometime around 6:45. This one, I'll kick off the ratings. This one's going to be an easy growler for me.
For me, I'm going to back off. This one has reached the point of acid that's just beyond me. I appreciate how you guys can enjoy it, but it's past the point of my enjoyment. So it's gonna be probably a taster for me. Like it's
Really, that much?
It's just
I'll hammer that.
I'm gonna have one. I only have like 2 sips of it, so I'm gonna finish it off. But I don't know if I can go much more than like what I poured out, which was the last like 2 or 3 ounces of the bottle.
I don't know, maybe between drinking kombucha and things like that, like I've just become like so accustomed to like drinking acetic acid.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I'm with Justin on this. Like this is a growler for me. It's not quite a keg just because the acetic is much more aggressive than the last one, but I really like this beer a lot.
The other one I could drink and enjoy how acetic, but this one is just probably.
It went past the point.
It's just crossed the line. It's just over the line. It's over my line. That's all. It's not. I don't think it's bad. I can understand exactly how you guys enjoy it, and I'm very glad that you guys are enjoying it. It's just over my line. That's all.
Yeah.
How about you, Brian? What do you think?
I completely know where you're coming from, and that's the joy of sours.
Right.
Is everybody's got their own palate, and things that work for one person is going to work for the next. And it's the sampling and the enjoyment and the talking about it. This has been great. I mean, I've been drinking these things for years, but I never actually discussed them while I'm drinking them. So
Oh, really?
No.
No, like this to me, like, and this is like the most fun about it. You sit there and say, like, I got this. What do you get? So where does it fall on the acetic line for you? Does it go over the line for you, or is it still on the line of enjoyment?
I don't know that I have a line for acetic.
The line has just been burnt away over the years.
Just because
It's been dissolved by the acid.
Exactly.
Well, I cut my teeth on Rodenbach. I freaking love that stuff. Grand Cru.
That's the Grand Cru. For those who don't know, can you explain what the difference between what they did to Grand Cru versus the standard Rodenbach?
Standard Rodenbach is a photo-aged beer blended with fresh beer, whereas the Grand Cru is sort of like that single vat, where it's just straight out of a vat. It may be blended. I'm not 100%. One of you probably know.
I think the straight up Rodenbach is like 2/3 like young beer and 1/3 old beer.
Right.
And I think the Grand Cru is the opposite, where it's 2/3 like old beer
There you
and 1/3 new beer, or fresh beer, or young beer. Young beer is what they.
It's hilarious because I was coming over and I'm like, you guys are going to ask me questions. I'm like, I haven't really been paying a whole lot of attention to stuff. I just like stuff and I don't like stuff. And the stuff I like, I buy a lot of.
No, that's perfectly okay. We're fake experts anyway. I mean, these guys took tests to try to be real experts, but I'm a fake expert.
What blows my mind is that essentially these beers here are the reason why I wanted to become a beer judge, learn more about beer, start brewing, and all those things. I've said it many times in the podcast, broken record, going to Monk's Cafe and just randomly going, hey, that's Norwegian, I'll have that, and going, fuck, this is amazing. Like, that's what made me want to learn all about this stuff. So I know where you're coming from. Like, there's only so much you can do. Like, I'm not brewing any of these things anytime soon. Mark's going to have fucking barrels down here. Like, he's going to have to expand the back of the house and all that shit. I'll just be catching up
using a spoon to just dig a new cellar.
Yeah.
I have been contemplating putting a root cellar underneath, like, the new shed. But I finally get around to that.
If you don't let me knock that shed down with you, I'm going to be pretty upset because that shed angers me. But anyway, we'll get to that another time.
You know what we got to do? We got to use like Glenn's little hidey hole, like for
Oh yeah, where we're gonna put dead bodies.
Yeah,
There. Yeah.
the murder room in there.
Our friend Glenn has this weird like basement that's like a labyrinth.
He bought the Winchester mystery house.
Oh,
Yeah. And there's a spot where like it's only 2 feet high to shove things, and it's so clearly where you would mummify things.
Oh no, that's not what I was talking about. Not the
Oh.
side with like the lights and everything. I'm talking
Oh.
the side that just has the curtain and has all the dirt behind it.
Oh.
I'm talking to there.
Oh,
we could
okay.
spoon that out a little bit and then
Yeah,
show
make a little root cellar situation.
exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're on a creek now, right?
Yeah.
Wood Creek.
This is the most beautiful thing that I've ever poured into a glass.
It is a
It is very sexy.
fantastic,
Yeah.
like, almost amethyst color.
Fucking
It's almost that purple.
the only thing that makes
it's definitely garnet.
If it wasn't for the color of the beer itself, the head would be pure white too. Like it's just gorgeous.
So it's an
I don't
old
understand how
land.
words can end in J.
There's so many fucking consonants in there. I don't know
Everything
what
is
to
an
do with it.
IJ.
Yeah.
That's like them in J.
I'm like,
That's what I said before. Like I don't know what JPT's like. What sound does
That's
JPT
the most
make?
fucked up language that isn't in a hieroglyph.
IJ is just I.
Yeah.
Like the main river in Amsterdam is the I River, which just means ice.
Oh Jesus! It all the words have ice in it.
But bakery is, IJ instead of IJ is kind of like the one.
So this seems to be, I don't know what the words are, but it seems to be 60% one kind of beer and then 40% a different kind of beer. A Gersmouth, Gerstemout, and 40% Ogumund Tarwe. So ONGEMOUTE TARWE.
And the Dutch.
So, and then it says that it's 60% one kind of malt, 40% another kind of malt,
That's the same word it is.
something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You didn't use the malt percentages on
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
reading. It says ingredients: 60% orgeat malt, like whatever kind of malt that is.
That's
But
probably
40% of Bromandan malt. That is.
Pilsner, please.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Evil protein.
I know it's a 2-row because everything in America is better. Like
I don't know.
that's apparently the same word that you said, but in Dutch.
What's hilarious is that's 4.5%.
So it's
It's the one with the G.
The creek is
Yeah,
going now?
increase
Yeah,
is 4.5.
Wow.
That I can read from here.
I can barely read, period. So
That font though, I would have to hold 4 feet away from it instead of bring my glasses.
I'm hard than reading English.
Aroma-wise, it can get essentially some sour.
Just when you pass
Yeah.
the bottle,
Oh yeah,
let's see what I can interpret off of that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
a little bit of funk.
There's
on
a
it.
number 3 on that. I got that part.
Yeah, well, that's dry fontaine.
It's such a hint of funk, though.
Yeah, it's very small, but I mean, I took a sip. Flavor-wise, it's fairly mellow overall. It's kind of weird. It has some lactic and has some of that barnyard character, and then it just like mellows.
I wouldn't even call it barnyard. It's like a cheese rind.
Yeah, that's extremely accurate.
Like, it smells like a Parmesan cheese rind.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of the cheesiness to it. To me, when we had it a couple of weeks ago, or I say a couple of weeks ago, but a couple episodes ago,
Right.
just because I was listening to him recently while I was back at work. But there was something that we talked about that said, "Wow, this is like cheese."
Oh yeah. We called it toe cheese. It wasn't
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. That really was cheese.
Yeah.
Like this doesn't smell as much as cheese.
This is the opposite side of that. It's good
Yeah.
cheese.
Well, yeah, like that was like a stinky cheese.
Yeah.
This, like I said, it's like Parmesan, like cheese rind.
Got a little tired on that too.
But yeah,
Very minimal.
I feel like if it warmed up,
Just
it
a
would
touch.
Yeah,
Just a
the
touch
little
is in the back there.
Yeah, it's nowhere near like it's like okay, the vacuum is already burnt out and the room has been
The hamster's been emulsified.
See this one. After tasting this one, this is the amount of acid that I want. Like this is kind of like that level of just enough in there to make it pleasing to me.
Yeah, I'd definitely get the tire now. Yeah.
Like there's enough
I want
acid
more.
in there to what?
I want more.
I know you want more, but for me, this is like the sweet spot level. Like it's there, it's got the acid in there, it's got that little bit of tartness to it, and it's much more drinkable to me than the
Balanced
other
and
one.
approachable.
Yeah.
It's not enough of a challenge for me.
Well, from a lactic
Let's
acid, I
punch
think
it
it's balanced
in,
and
and then
approachable. I think the
more
finish might frightens some individuals, but it's this has all of the things. This has the lactic, not enough for Mark. We know. Fucking Mark's new name is Captain Mustard, by the way. And it starts lactic. It has a little bit of that Parmesan-y funk, and then the finish definitely some burnt tire on the finish. This one encompasses all three of the amazing things about sour.
Yeah.
I'm really behind this one. I really enjoy this one.
You also look classy as fuck carrying around the bottle. The bottle is like super classy looking.
Oh yeah. Another recommendation from you. That guy Watsky.
Not right. I've had other than drinking beer, I've had very little desire to go to Belgium more than other ones. I'm not a big traveler. I've traveled a lot as a kid. I really don't like. I hate going on planes. I don't mind being on a plane. I hate the whole process of travel. Like,
Places for catching up on sleep.
if I could teleport, the problem is I can't sleep because then no one else. I'll get stared to death on a plane. I sound like I'm drowning when I sleep without a sleep apnea machine.
I'm
Yeah,
asleep
you
before
do.
you can take off.
Yes, you do.
Yeah,
I've been there.
There's no, I can't do it anyway. But anyway, if I could teleport anywhere, it would be Belgium and the Netherlands to just meet that guy and drink all this.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate that I've been going there since '96.
That's amazing.
Made a lot of good friends, drank some crazy ass beers, hung out in some really wacky bars. I wouldn't trade it for the world. And I get to travel with my wife. Despite her not drinking, tolerates me going off and doing all this crazy ass crap.
So does your wife not drink at all, or just not beer?
She just doesn't like it. You know?
So it's understandable.
Does she come with you to these things, or does she just kind of be like, "All right, honey, I'll see you later." Like, come back to the hotel at some point. Like, what's the...
Well, usually, like when I'm off doing my beer trades, I'll travel. She'll go get a haircut or get a tattoo or something
Okay.
like that. She does her research on her tattoo. She's got good hair. I'll tell her that.
Okay.
She just,
So when you guys travel to a location, like she'll look up like a tattoo artist there and be like,
Oh, yeah.
this guy is amazing. This guy or girl is amazing, and I need to get something like him.
A beautiful sugar skull cat tattoo in Seattle.
Okay.
She's got a really cool Puss in Boots with a Delft windmill in Amsterdam.
Interesting.
So yeah,
That's
but her main goal, especially in Europe, is
Okay.
very good taste. I hear it every time. Oh, your wife has very good taste. Like, I've never doubted that.
Have you seen
married
me?
me.
Of course she's got a good taste.
If I said you were wrong, I'd have a personal problem.
Usually that's followed by, she picked the most expensive thing in the case. The most
Yes,
expensive
of course,
stuff. And she turns me just with the rice outcuts. Of course I picked the most expensive thing.
Yeah, so you don't feel
Doesn't
bad
matter.
about bringing home. Of course, and now I understand you don't feel bad about bringing home 4 luggages full of beer.
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
I don't ask what goes on at the jewelry store or the coach store. She doesn't ask what goes on here at the strip club.
You have an agreement.
Right, that works.
Long-standing agreement. Yes.
That works. That's a good.
The other hilarious agreement is if I barf on vacation, she gets diamonds.
Okay.
So that always keeps me in check.
There you go.
After Zythos 2006, that agreement was in full effect. Yeah. It's actually where it was cemented. I tried to kill myself at the Zola Brewery stand at the Zythos 2006 Fest.
Okay.
If you guys have ever had the Zola?
No.
Never heard of it.
Sorry to hear it. Yeah, the Mad Brewers. I'll make sure you guys get some of that stuff. And everything you make is something.
Yeah.
Still not the Dola. They make still not, I'm sure.
If you brought it around, I may have had it, but I wouldn't know what the fuck was happening. What was going on.
Arabira, They originally got
That's possible. Like as Kevin was saying earlier, last year's Crack Classic, I drank a lot of shit. I have no idea what it was.
Right. Well, that was all at the end, and we didn't know it was even going to happen. That was the other thing. We weren't aware of the tradition of Brian bestowing crazy shit upon us.
Well, it was both Brian and Greg.
Oh, yeah,
Greg
Greg.
had a bunch of shit.
Well, he had
from
that
the Spirit of the
membership.
Month Club.
Yeah, that was fun. I showed up late. I showed up late that one because I wasn't judging or anything like that. So I came in late, and I was just like, and you guys are having the bag already, and they're just like, yo, try this, try this, try this, and then people are grabbing stuff off the table, and they're like, oh, this was really good. You gotta try it. I'm like, I've been here 15 minutes. This is amazing.
Between that and the meads that were on the table afterwards.
Yeah, the meads kept hitting me. I'm like, whoa, pump the brakes.
Yeah, that happens everywhere you go. Sorry.
Don't be.
Never apologize for that. Never apologize.
Here's the reason I buy $20 in raffle tickets at every LIBME meeting.
Yeah, gotta support the team.
Yes.
As Buddy says.
Looking forward to it. The September meeting.
Finally getting back to
first
meetings.
one since June.
Jesus. Yeah, because we had the classes for BJCP. We didn't go to the last two.
So what are you guys thinking on this one? What are we thinking about the Old Creek?
This is keg.
Yeah.
This is a hardcore keg. This is for me so far. I mean, it's the most complex. It's not the most acidic or the most funky, but it's one that encompasses everything I love about these beers. So I would love to have it on tap on demand, just so that I could randomly give it to people and go, do you like this? Oh no, we can't be friends.
Get out of my house.
Get off my plane.
Like
Friend detector beer.
Yeah, I want to give this shit to Glenn because I think Glenn would really be into it because he loves red wine. He loves red wine.
Yeah.
He'd be so into this. If this is beer, he'd be freaking out.
No, you're right. This would be a great litmus test beer. Like,
Yeah.
Are you worth even talking to?
I don't even remember what it was, but it was like the first Friendsgiving at Kevin and Rachel's house, where like I don't remember what it was. It was some sour beer, and I gave it to Taylor, and Taylor like drank it and was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, he was like, "So this is rancid. Something's wrong with it." I just ripped that fucking thing out of his head.
Them being in North Carolina, if they come back for the holidays, like we gotta put it to work.
Yeah, he's gonna be muling beer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, listen, if you're anywhere, I know they're going to be somewhat close to Chapel Hill and stuff like that. So I'm like, you are got to be.
Unfortunately, Asheville's across the state from me.
But I was reminded. My brother got married the same week that my daughter was born. So it was a really crazy busy week for me. And I saw an old friend of mine who reminded me that she lives not far from Asheville, and that I need to come. That there's an extra room, and if I'm a member of the neighborhood, I can just crash there. And I'm like, Leslie, you don't know what you just did. Like, I may get frequent flyer miles crashing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that is and my college roommate lives down in Nashville, so he actually ran for office on like the town board. Oh my god, it was really funny. I'm like, if they moved in college, there would be no way you could run for office.
If a large gentleman with a red Tiger Woods hat comes to your door,
it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. I can explain him really drunk, so you'll know who he is.
Fun. Where are you at?
I'm gonna give it a growler. I really do like it, but it's just not aggressive enough for me to give it a keg.
Yeah, it doesn't make you want to go brush your teeth immediately, so you can't quite have it.
It's really good. I do love a creek, but it's just not. It's really not. It's just not aggressive enough where I'm like, oh, I gotta have it on demand all the time.
Oh, just wait till the last beer.
There's more.
It's one more.
Oh yeah.
I'm sitting there and counting like 1, 2,
It's
3,
a beer
4,
that
5,
I've
6,
only
7, 8, 9, 10.
had through the years.
I've literally heard of this beer.
Our beers go to 11.
That's it.
Our beers go to 11 today. You know
This one
what's
is
your rating on the
definitely
creek,
a
though,
push.
Justin?
I gave it a keg.
Did you?
You gave it a keg. You gave it a
Oh, I
growler.
reversed that. KG.
I drink that 4.5% creek all day long.
That's it. This is 4.5%.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like the level of flavor that goes into the beer. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Here's the thing.
For that reason, I would keg it.
Look, I can't say that I'm not like Buzz, but how many fucking beers have we had?
Oh, I'm basically
1, 2,
Are you really?
Oh yeah, I am
yeah.
so
7,
drunk.
8, 9.
I'm getting there.
We've had 10 thus far.
Yeah,
I'm not. That's the amount we normally have when we record, and I'm not shit faced. I mean, I weigh a metric ton. I am the deep throat whale after all. By the way, that's available. I just bought it.
I think only a couple of these went over 6.
The highest one we had was the Lafayette at 7.
No, the Cascade Apricot is 9.
And the,
it's a 9.
The
Oh.
Bone Brewers is 8.25.
Oh, I didn't even see
Brian,
that.
you said that you would go with the keg on this one. Huh? You'd love having this one around.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm gonna go with the growler on this one. Like this one's really good, and I can see myself just drinking way more of this than I should in one sitting.
Yeah.
But I love the idea that you said, Justin, of using this as like, this is your litmus test beer. Like this one, like, drink this beer. Tell me what you think about this. If you think that this is something that even you can sit down and just enjoy and start to talk about, I want to start sharing more beers with you, and I want to have that conversation. But if you're just going like, this is weird, or this is a thing, never mind. Go back to your little highlight and then give me fucking love.
The truth is, you could not like it, and I would still be okay with you. But you'd have to like look at it and go, you know what? This is crazy.
Because there's reasons why, give reasons why, and explain it, right?
And now the only thing I can think of is say cat mustard again. I'll tell you about say Captain Mustard again.
That's it. I'm just gonna stand over you with a bottle, with that 2-pound bottle.
Yeah. Say it again. Say it again.
New merch coming. Mark with one of those crazy weird Napoleon hats on.
It's called the tricorn.
Just Jesus Christ. This is why I hang out with the two of you. You fucking bring some shit out of your ass like that every once in a while.
Dude, history maker.
Yeah, I didn't know that one.
And then just Captain Mustard underneath it.
I love that one of my dogs is staring. He just moved away, but like he keeps staring in through the window of the
I don't believe he was ever there.
Can I tell a weird story? And this is only weird because Brian doesn't really know me all that well. But my wife, well, then girlfriend at the time, had probably been dating maybe about like 3 or 4 months, and we are in my basement apartment. We were having a good time, and my dog was still alive at the time. Is staring at me through the basement window, and I start laughing. It didn't go over well, but every time I was like, it's the same size window, and just there's Nikita, a big dumb yellow lab, just staring at me through the window, making that deep eye contact, just like, hey, I see what you're doing there. Good job, buddy. Nice work. I start cracking up. And my wife yells at me, well, what are you laughing? What's going on? I'm like, oh, this is not going as I
can't
wanted
explain it away, and if I tell you the story, it gets worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's just
it's
the dog staring through the window every time. It's almost, you know what, there's a Bill Engvall.
Yeah, I know Bill, yeah.
Where he talks about like, he goes, you're having a good time. And then just at the end of the bit, you just see these eyes staring at you, go, yeah, Bill, she likes that, Bill.
Think about having cats where they can actually get on top of you while it's happening.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up, right? Yeah. Just, anything here can figure out.
Now I don't feel so bad. Now I thank you for making me feel better.
You're better now.
So there is really one. So our beers are going to go to 11 today.
Yes.
This is insane. All right, what do we got for this number 11?
The funny thing about this old creek, guess what the Best Buy date on it is?
Yesterday.
2032.
10/26/36.
Oh, it was pretty close.
Well, yeah, you were. When did they make it? When was it?
2036. Wow.
11/3/16 was bottled.
Oh, 16. Okay, so they're counting on 20 years basically.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And Beersoul's always done that. Beersoul's always had like 20+ years on their
Wow.
Best Buy dates.
And this one's only 2.5 or 3 years old, is that right? Yep. Which, man, I think it's got to be it's a great spot.
It's just under
Yeah.
good, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
November something, 60s.
No, remember, Europeans reverse it.
Yeah,
They do date first, then month.
Yeah.
I'm reading in European.
Okay. I'm glad you can. I'm making sure that these guys know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I have cookies that come in with the reverse.
That's how all programming is done.
Yeah, on the internet, short it makes fucking sense. Yeah.
Right. I think that if I had a case of that, hanging out,
Communist units.
if I had a case of that hanging out right now, we would be fucking mainlines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we're going from creek to Gerd. Back to Gerd's.
Okay. Will you please turn the lid?
Why does anyone turn the lid the other way?
I do
Case
because
is not
it's sitting
over.
right next to your fucking computer. You're welcome.
Holy shit!
Okay.
Wow.
We're opening. we're opening that now. I hope that was on camera. Holy
Wow, that was funny.
gunshots rang out. Holy shit!
Did it dent the ceiling?
So, for the record, Brian had taken
The
a
cap
case
is about 8 feet away from you.
back there.
You need a little
Holy shit! Brian had taken the cage off of that and had it hanging out, and the cork came out on its own. So yeah, it's
no
fucking
one was
live.
expecting that.
Holy shit! Thank God that wasn't like Oh my God.
That's why I turned the fucking lid.
Thank you. Well, so much for rents.
Yeah, you poured quick.
Oh,
Well, I was afraid.
no,
of
no, no. It would have
Yeah.
overflowed. That was a good. Yeah.
That was
That's
actually really
teamwork.
on the
That's
ball.
teamwork right there. Good man.
Holy crap! So Brian, you had said that this is something you only had taste of. It's obviously a special
Yeah.
bottle. Tell us a little
Yeah.
more about it.
Oh, Black Label.
You're in there, buddy?
Goes,
Yeah, trying to breathe water.
Oh yeah, that never works out well.
Again, it's something that's probably. The funny thing about it is it says imported from Belgium, which means it's either for export only, or no one in Belgium. They probably have a version that they keep for themselves. They're smart of them. I've only seen that a couple of times. I've only tasted it, bottle shares a few times, but it always imprinted itself on my memory. So when I saw it at Beer Company, I grabbed it.
Well, the head on what I poured is
Rocky?
could hold a ping pong ball,
Oh.
and it's probably about 2 inches thick.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's a Rocky head.
This is I will say this beer is chunky. Probably because the whatever just occurred probably stirred up the bottle conditioning a little odd.
Yeah, it definitely has some floaties in there.
Well, ooh. Might want that. Oh, it's a little clearer.
Yeah. All right, pour some of that. We're gonna cheers to.
Little bottle conditioning never killed anybody.
No, we're gonna cheers to 2 years of insanity.
There you go. Well, gentlemen, raise a glass.
Cheers.
Cheers.
2 years of sharing beer, sharing friendship, and sharing our opinions.
Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Thank you, Brian,
so
very much for
joining
sharing
us.
this.
It's been
This
fucking
was
nuts.
a literal pisser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pleasure to have you back in the gun.
Whenever you feel like hanging out,
Damn.
what's up?
We might just make this the fucking Brian Bennett podcast.
Pretty sure we won't run out of beer anymore.
No, absolutely
That's
not.
a concern.
We'll do like a monthly check-in. The a half inch of head has not left my glass. I kind of want to leave it there and find out what's going on. But I can say that with I wouldn't have a new hobby to spend ridiculous amounts of time on and obsess over without having done this podcast. So 2 years later, I started off as the beer apprentice, and
You know you got to update your credentials.
Yeah, I've been talking about that.
yeah, hopefully I've surpassed that at this point. But it's
I think
it's
at the
pretty
point
nuts.
when you start
I'd say
winning
you're at
awards
least at
for your homebrew, I think you can pass the apprentice level.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Um, But no, this has been a fantastic project, and I think this is as good a time as any to make the announcement that we're going to make a little adjustment to our distribution schedule, just from the many factors of life going on. It's time for us to take half a step back, and so we're going to go to bi-weekly releases.
Most of the time.
Yeah, we're gonna try to throw some random shit in there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
we're
try
gonna
to
keep
pull
it
stuff
loose,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, we might put some small events, put some smaller recordings out on in between weeks and things like that. Maybe we can resurrect some of those shotgun episodes to throw out in between
Good idea.
weeks. But just I think life is finally catching up with us a little bit. Mark's got 2 now. I finally caught up and have 1 child, and Justin's got 1. So all that keeps us plenty busy. So
I have
we're
a
gonna-
golf game to keep up. So.
Yeah, that 1 Saturday a month, the 1 Saturday a week is very important because there is only 1 Saturday. But you get what I'm saying.
Yes.
But just everything gets busy. So we're gonna definitely have something once every other week for you guys, every other Thursday. But we'll try to sprinkle in some other details and maybe some shorties in between for you.
Yeah, one of the things that I think we're going to do is we're going to have more guests, and we'd like to actually drink homebrew. So if anybody out there is a home brewer, I don't care where you are, and
Yeah.
you feel like sending us a beer, and we could potentially even Skype you in if technology is our friend.
If you're an LIBME member or a beer member or a Grenades member, I know you can see.
Or a Quaff member.
Yeah, wherever it is. If you see Mark or Justin out at the meetings, feel free to give them beer and to ask for our opinion on it, because clearly it's very important opinion.
Oh, yeah.
We are trendsetters in this field. We've talked about it numerous times.
We are learned men.
I was just going to say the same thing. I was just going to say the same thing. Fuck it.
And if not learned, at least opinionated.
Yes.
And if you're interested in hanging out with us and you want to talk some beer and you know what's going on, or you know somebody who might have a little bit of intel and wants to talk to us, let us know about it.
We can be reached across all forms of social media. We're on the Instagram and the Twitter and Facebook and good old-fashioned email
Don't
and stuff.
message us on Twitter. I stopped checking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Twitter.
Twitter. No.
I think I check Twitter more often
Do you?
than
The
Mark does.
I have-
Beertastic Twitter though.
Yeah, it's logged on. It pops up every once
I
in a while.
haven't.
okay.
I haven't been on Twitter in like 3 years, and I feel like my life is better.
You know, it's funny because I was looking at it the other day.
Have you signed up for Mastodon yet?
What the fuck is Mastodon?
That's apparently what everybody's migrating to from Twitter.
Okay, cool.
I thought
I'm
that
not.
was a Canadian watch fan.
It's that too.
Yeah,
Do you have to move while you're doing it so we can see you? That's Tyrannosaurus Rex.
there you go. Based on sight. If you don't move, they can't see you.
Nice Jurassic. Right?
Yes. Mark's never seen Jurassic Park.
No, I've seen.
Oh, you have? I took a stab and you would skip that movie.
So reach out to us. Let us know. We'd love to. We'd love to try your beer. We'd love to try any other beer. So just let us know about it. We don't discriminate on beers.
No, definitely not.
You can also leave us a voicemail at 631-605-7240. Once again, that is 631-605-7240.
I'm talking to you, Steve. When you told me a while ago you had ideas for shit to send us. And,
Yeah, it's been a while since we've had anybody call in and leave us like a decent voicemail that we can splice in at the end of the audio episode.
maybe call in and tell us when your brewery's going to open.
There you go. So this last one, what do we got going on here?
This is really good.
What we got going? I mean, we didn't really talk about the 11th beer.
Well, I've only really been smelling it.
Which
This
I think the most we've ever done is
crazy for a
4 or
time.
5.
Yeah.
No. Didn't we do?
Well, there was the one we didn't rate them, but the episode the first episode with Brewers Collective, actually even the second one, we drank all the shit they had.
Yeah, we've
so,
cleared the board on both of those episodes with them, but we didn't sit down and rate them because Tim's much bigger than me, and I can't bring myself to rate the beer in front of him,
right.
because I'm fairly certain his hand could crush my face. Not that Tim is scary, but not scary. And if you've met Tim, then you understand exactly what I mean.
That's exactly what he is.
This one is like if the Firestone factory went on fire.
Really? Because I don't. Look, I'm not saying that it's not there, but I definitely don't think it's as strong as. So, like, this is the black label.
Yeah.
The regular one that we had earlier, I think that had much more of, like.
Really?
Single bat.
Yeah.
Had way more.
Yeah, it had way more of that burnt tire.
Well, I guess maybe I say that because it's the only aroma that I get. I get some slight grainy malt sweetness, like, it's the very end of it. But I would say the sole, maybe it's not as powerful, but the sole aroma that I get is the red.
Yes, I will give you that. That is the
Yeah.
predominant aroma, but the level of intensity is nowhere near as high as the single batch.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? Versus the single vat, the flavor on this one is also equally as mellow.
Yeah, it's much more mellow and it's very much more drinkable,
I
as
think
the Belgians
that's where
say.
the blending comes in.
Yeah, it's definitely much more
Single
drinkable.
bat.
Right.
And that's why you would blend to temper that kind of stuff. But when you got a really good one, I guess that's where your bat series comes in.
Right.
This is too good. Don't blend it. Just run it.
And also, I think to an extent, I think that they know, and I'm not saying this is what happened, but potentially it was a very good bat, and also maybe it was too powerful to blend with some other things they had. They were like, what the fuck are we going to do with this? Wait a second, single bat series.
Hey, well, and that's the thing I love about Bone is it's more accessible. Pantheon everybody loves, but you can't get that stuff. But Bone, you can pretty much find, and it's pretty affordable. Their Marige is, I think, $14 a bottle.
That's not bad at all.
No, I mean, I haven't bought one in a while, but shit, that stuff is great. And it's already, you can find 2014, 2015s out there. There was a great beer distributor down in Seaford that moved up to Bayville, which is not exactly around the corner anymore.
No.
But that guy always had tons of well cared for, well aged bones, and as well as the saison, the Avec from DuPont,
Right.
which if you guys have never had, I strongly recommend that. It also ages really freaking well.
I haven't had it, but I've
It's
seen
like-
recommendations online.
It's like
repeatedly.
$13 a bottle.
That's not bad.
It's great.
And the Abac ages extremely well. It makes the regular DuPont taste like second rate buckets.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
really freaking good.
This one I like better than the last one.
Well, yeah, the blending definitely
Yeah,
mellowed it out.
I needed the blend. Like I needed the little bit mellow. Like
Exactly.
it was too much for me. That being said, this one is still like this one. The other one crossed the line. This one comes right up to the line. Like it is right there at the borderline where I kind of enjoy it, and then I kind of don't enjoy it, and then I kind of enjoy it again. And so it's towing that line for me, but it's much more accessible for me than the last one was.
Yeah, I think that last one was a great example of what a unblended blend can do for you.
Right.
Or girls, I should say, versus a blended.
You guys have other thoughts on this one, or I know we kind of did our wrap up thoughts already, but we still need to finish up this beer. We
Yeah,
can't leave the 11th one hanging out.
No, we can't. Where do you think, Mark?
I definitely get some fruitiness out of this.
Me too.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Like up front, it's definitely got a lot of fruity esters.
Yeah, they get like crushed from the tire part of it. But yeah, you're right. Right at the beginning, a little bit of fruity effervescence, and then it slips in and just kind of.
Yeah, and then it goes to my vacuum mustache.
The funny thing about that is, I think that because of the dryness of most of these beers, it doesn't linger as much as you would expect. It definitely lingers. It's there. It stays.
No,
but it's not.
yeah,
it's not
no,
this layering of it.
No, this definitely does not linger as long as, and I don't remember which one it was now at this point.
Yeah,
But
this
one of
one.
them it definitely lingered on the palate. This one does not linger like that. But yeah, like this is definitely more my jam than the single pack.
I would agree. I would give this one a bomber. I think that is like as much as I could possibly drink. I feel like at the end of the bomber, I would kind of be like, man, I don't want to eat or drink anything for like a week. Like, I think tasting something would be exhausting at that point. Yeah. I would want Soylent and Soylent only for the next week.
Just great.
I don't understand Soylent.
I understand it entirely. People like want to be cyborgs and just like sit in front of their computer and program. When I was 14, I would totally be on the Soylent bandwagon. I can sit here and I can keep writing code. I'm going to keep doing this. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
But it makes no sense now.
It still does not make sense to me. Like, it's like, oh, I can't cook and I don't want to put the time into it, so I'm just going to drink this beast. Like, no, what are you doing? No,
Okay.
that is wrong.
We will get
That
you
is
Soylent and add fish sauce, and we'll be okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's the other good thing about this is we got all these little bits of bottle stuff.
That have warmed up and shown their faces a
Exactly.
little more.
I just gave Justin a sniff of the old creature.
That hasn't even warmed up as much as some of the other ones. So.
Don Gowitz is really still doing his run out on that.
Oh, yeah. That's the tire factory. Sorry. I might have actually been smelling that through the cat when I was smelling it.
Well, for me, this one, I'm going to go a step up from the last bowling that we did and call this one a pint for me. The blending really helps me out on this, and it makes me want to keep going back to it a little bit more. And I would work my way through that pint and really feel intrigued by it and really feel that, oh, this one has a little bit more flavor this sip, and then the next sip is something different. And that's something that could keep me entertained on that beer for a while.
Definitely.
I hear you. I'm going to side with Justin, though. Like, it's still a sipper, but I can see myself drinking my way through the bomber.
Yeah, I don't think I
Bomber.
could. I don't think I could go through the second pint. That, to me, like that's why I would say.
No, that's respectable. I'm just saying that, like, I could definitely see myself doing it.
Right.
Yeah, I would go with something I'm going to do a bomb like this, just to have that second class while it warms up, and you get the full appreciation of what's in there.
Unlike most other episodes where I want to mix the beers,
No,
I would physically attack someone who tried to do that.
No, that should not happen. Right?
Even though most of these beers have been mixed already.
They've already been
But,
professionally blended.
yeah, don't fuck with it.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no reason for us to play that game.
Yeah.
But there are definitely. I love that there are little, and like you said, there's little bits left of almost all of the ones that we've had today, and there's definitely a couple that I kind of want to go back to. Like I see that the Cascade has just a touch left in there that might go back into my glass to go all the way back to the beginning. And I know it's been a little bit longer episode than we normally do, but
This is beating the living shit out of anything we've ever done.
We're at 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Dude, no shit.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is
maybe
crowbar.
maybe we'll make this a 2-part.
Yeah,
Fuck
that's what I was
no,
thinking.
not happening.
No, yeah,
Absolutely
no.
fucking not.
No.
No way.
No,
I'll fight you to death.
No, I'm pretty sure this is going to be like 103, 104.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I'll
But,
fight
yeah.
you.
No, this is what it's all like. You know, Brian, you said it's nice to get a chance to share the beers, and this is what it's all about. It's hanging out, sharing beers, talking about the beers, and just enjoying flavors that you may not necessarily approach on your own, and getting some feedback on it from other folks, sharing bits of information. It's it's getting a chance to hang out at the bar with way better beer and less annoying other patrons.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
I get
And
to
no
select,
jukebox.
right, yeah, I get to select the patrons. That's the
Right.
part.
There are no Kid Rock songs that have happened, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Though I think on some of the labels it might have said "ball with the ball" with less with less vowels.
It was in Flemish.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. There's 12 J's in it.
I can say that we met Brian a long time ago with all flavor tasting at Dubco, and he offered then to come on the podcast, and we were like, who's that fucking weird guy that wants to go in his basement? I thought we were still going to go. And then I'm glad 2 years later we've eventually done it. It's been amazing.
Yeah, no, this was awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Definitely.
Thank you
Again,
for coming
thank you
and
for
sharing.
sharing the bounty of
Anytime.
your cellar.
You need the style, I'll show the beers.
Yes, don't worry, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, in that case, like we said before, reach out to us, let us know, and happy anniversary, guys, and cheers.
Happy anniversary.
Cheers, guys. Thank you.
See you in 2 weeks.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.